YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today I will be recapping the FiGPiN Warehouse Awesome Party 2.0 that happened earlier this past weekend. I did take a lot of time to film the footage and edit this video, so if you do like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And with that, we'll just get started. For those of you who don't know what the FiGPiN Warehouse Party is, the acronym is FWAP or FWAP. I don't know how people pronounce it. I usually don't call it that. I just call it the Warehouse Party, but it stands for FiGPiN Warehouse Awesome Party. It was an event that FiGPiN started last year, and so this year was 2.0. And it's basically an event that FiGPiN holds at their warehouse in Irvine in California, and they invite a lot of collectors to just come out and just do a bunch of activities together, meet the team, sign our pins, get exclusive pins, buy more pins. So last year they had it where it was just pure purchasing FiGPiNs. So if you buy a certain threshold of FiGPiNs, then you get a token. You can exchange that token for a mystery box, and the mystery box will have a random AP in it. They did have artist signings, and we had opportunities to take photos and meet the team, but a lot of it was very focused on buying FiGPiNs. But this year they wanted to do something kind of different, where it's not so focused on APs and it's not so focused on buying FiGPiNs. They wanted to have a more interactive experience rather than just buying things. So instead of having to meet a threshold in order to win APs, they decided to this year have an exclusive pin, and that pin is Stitch. It's like super glittery, it's gold plated, it's so pretty. So the entire event was themed around this one exclusive pin. Basically what happens is that you enter the event, they give you a quest card, and this quest card has a bunch of different quests that you need to complete. The card has a bunch of different quests on it, and then you have to complete every single quest and get it stamped in order to get the exclusive FiGPiN. So the first quest is Secrets, and you can do these in any order, but for Secrets, it's basically a tent that you go into, and then they have a monitor in there. You have to leave your phone outside. You're not allowed to take any photos or videos. You just go in there, they show you a monitor and like a slideshow of all of their upcoming IPs, new waves of existing IPs, and all of that. It's a way for you to get a sneak peek of all of their upcoming pins. This was probably one of my favorite booths because there's just so much stuff that FiGPiN is working on that I'm really excited about. Like, I think I was screaming like every 5 seconds in that tent. After you leave the tent, you just have to write down on the board outside the tent what you thought of what you saw in there without actually saying what you saw. After you finish that, you just get a stamp on your secret quest, and that's kind of how every single booth works. Once you finish the activity or the interactive portion of that activity, then they'll give you a stamp for it. The next quest was Share, and basically what Share is it's a photo booth, and they have one big photo booth for people to take photos, or if you're more shy, you can take a photo of your FiGPiN. Charles, the photographer for FiGPiN, had set up a bunch of little photo booths. They're basically mini sets where you can stand up your FiGPiN in it and then just take a photo of your FiGPiN in that environment. It was really cute. So once you take a photo at that photo booth, you just share it on Instagram using their hashtag and tagging them, and then you get your stamp. The third quest is Shop, and obviously since FiGPiN is a business, they need to sell pins. In order to get the stamp for the Shop quest, you had to spend $50 on FiGPiNs. Basically what happens is you just go down an assembly line, and they have a bunch of FiGPiNs that you can select from. You select the FiGPiNs that you want to buy, and then you check out, and then you get your stamp. If you spend $50, you get your stamp, but you also get a token which you can redeem at the games booth, which I'll explain later. If you spend $75, you get a free logo, which is the matching logo to the Stitch pin. And if you spend $150, then you get a random AP thrown into your order. The next quest is Portal. So Portal is FiGPiN's way of kind of trying to get virtual people who couldn't make it out to California to also participate in the event. So at the Portal booth, there's a giant screen with a bunch of order numbers. Anyone who ordered online from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., I believe, their order number was placed on the portal. So anyone who's at the portal live can select a random order number from that portal, and then that order number will just get a logo thrown in. You can potentially get an AP thrown in there as well, I believe. Once you selected an order number, then you get a stamp, and that's how you complete that quest. The next quest is Sign, and it's basically you just go to the artist signing booth and you can get your FiGPiN signed. So I just brought a bunch of backer cards of like special APs or pins that I wanted to get signed by the artists. I got my cards signed by Eric and Chris, Derek and Jay. They're all amazing people. They're so talented, and it was really fun catching up with them and getting to talk with them. They all have like specific like licenses I think that they tend to work with, but they're all like really good, and my pins became even more sentimental getting their signatures on the backer cards. And I think that was also another one of my favorite booths because I really enjoy meeting the team and getting to have conversations with them. The next quest is trade. This is kind of FiGPiN's way of trying to combine the FiGPiN trading world with the Disney pin trading world, because FiGPiN's did get official Disney pins released in the parks earlier this year. And so there was this big Disney pin trading booth, and there were some Disney pin traders that came, and you get to just go and talk with them about Disney pin trading. And they have like a little board of like Disney pins that you can take a look at. They were all their trader pins. And then the two pin traders that were there, if you followed them on Instagram, you get like a free little spin of their Gachapon, which gives you a free trader pin. So I did that. It was super cute. So for that quest, all you had to do was just interact with the people, and then you just get a stamp on your card. And the second to last quest is play. So play is basically just their game booths. They had, I think, 4 different games. They had Fig-Tac-Toe, and then they had a Fig-Plinko, which they had last year. And then they had like a wheel spin, and then they had a ball toss. You can only play the games if you have a token. The way you get the token is either by purchasing $50 worth of FiGPiN's, or you can buy them individually for $15 each. So each token essentially is worth $15, and then you use 1 token to play the game. Some of them you're not really guaranteed a prize, but basically what happens is if you quote unquote win the game or you interact with the game, you get a little ticket. Each ticket stands for a different prize tier, and then you can go to the prize booth to redeem that ticket for your prize. In order to get the play stamp, you just had to play one of the games at the game booths. Their last activity is something called Go Fig, and that's basically just this giant screen that Kyle had set up. There's just a bunch of numbers, and then there's a big red button. So what you do is you go up to that booth, and then Kyle was running that booth, and then you just show him a serial number of a FiGPiN that's in your collection. When he enters that serial number in, your pin actually pops up on the screen. When you press the big red button, then it'll randomly land on one of the squares, and then however many points that square shows is how many points gets added to that pin. There's also an option for max boosting that pin or min boosting that pin. So it's a little bit of a risk, but I ended up just picking a pin that's already min boosted so that I have nothing to lose. I ended up getting, I think, like 55 points to a pin, just like, you know, just for free. And so that was a really cool interaction. So those are all the quests that you could have done at the event. So once you collect all the stamps, then you can go to the prize booth, and then they'll give you the stitch pin for completing all of the quests. So now I just wanted to kind of touch on my personal experience at this event. I think the event was really fun in terms of being able to meet new people, but I don't think there was a ton of time for socializing, or there wasn't as much time for socializing as I had wanted. And the reason for that is because the line for the shop booth was so long. So to put it into perspective, I arrived at the event at 11:30 a.m. I got into the shop line around 11:45-ish, and then I was stuck in that line for about 2.5 hours. I didn't get to the front of the shop line, and I wasn't able to buy any FiGPiN's till around 2:30. I don't know the logistics and the behind the scenes of like what the FiGPiN team had to deal with the shop line, but waiting 2.5 hours in a line for the shop booth, which was a stamp that I had to get in order to redeem the stitch pin. It was just kind of like, it took up most of my time. While I was in line, I just had wished that I was able to go around and like interact with people more and talk with more people. Luckily, I had my boyfriend with me, so he was able to like stand in line for me while I went to go see other people and kind of talk for a little bit. I'll keep reiterating, I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't know like what went on behind the scenes with the FiGPiN team, but that was just one thing that I personally wish was handled better. I was not able to do anything until after I finished the shop booth, and that was the first booth that I had gone to because I wanted to just get it out of the way before doing all the other quests. But then I ended up just having to rush through the rest of my quests because the shop line took so long. The games were a really fun idea. Like, I really enjoyed playing the games, but the Fig-Tac-Toe tic-tac-toe and the ball toss are not guaranteed. So if you spend a token, which costs $15 on its own, or you have to buy $50 worth of FiGPiN's in order to get a token, and then you use that token on a game, you have the potential of not winning anything from the ball toss or the tic-tac-toe, and you don't get to keep the token either. So that's another thing that I would like to see changed if FiGPiN ends up doing another warehouse event, just because there are chances that you're just not gonna win anything, and it doesn't really feel good, I think, for the player. The biggest thing for me with these kinds of events is being able to meet people, and I really was looking forward to just talking with people, being able to meet everybody, being able to talk with the FiGPiN team, and kind of have more interactions with people. But because most of my time was either spent in line for the shop booth or the game booths had really long lines as well. It was just really hard to get to meet everybody, and that's something that I wish would have been a bigger focus of the event, because the whole point of this event, at least in my opinion, is for collectors to be able to meet each other and to interact with the community. I'm hoping that next time they do an event like this, that there will be more time and more ways for people to interact with each other. But to focus on the positives, I'm glad that the event wasn't as AP centric, because last year it was just insanity. This year, I'm glad that there was at least an interactive portion where we were able to play games. Another thing that I thought was really fun was I got to meet FiGPiN's, and he's really cool in person, and he's really big in the Disney pin trading community, so it was really cool to have a conversation with him. I also got to meet a lot of people that watch my videos, and everyone was super sweet, and I did a very short but fun and casual live interview with What the FiGPiN, because What the FiGPiN was also doing live streams at the event, which I thought was really nice of them, and it was really awesome to see them take time out of the event for themselves to live stream it so that people who weren't able to go could also experience the event with us. So those were all the really fun parts about the event. And like I'm reiterating, I don't know the behind the scenes about FiGPiN. I'm not on the FiGPiN team, and I just went as an attendee, and so I'm speaking purely off of things that I saw when I went as an attendee. But with all of that said, I do think that the event was an improvement from last year, because of how much more variety of things there were to do. Unfortunately, there just wasn't enough time to do everything. But overall, that was just all I wanted, was to be able to meet people and to be able to hang out and just chill and be able to share our, common love and fandom of FiGPiN's together. And I think FiGPiN is doing the right thing by getting all the FiGPiN collectors together and being able to just do all things FiGPiN in a FiGPiN exclusive event. So yeah, that was my experience in a nutshell. I'm sorry the video went a little bit longer, but I just wanted to sit down and kind of have a chat about the warehouse party, because it was something that I was really looking forward to. And now that it's passed, I just wanted to share my experience with you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Make sure to also comment below if you went and what you liked about it, and if you didn't go, if you're planning to go next year. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.